Hello everyone, সকলোকে আপোনালোকৰ মৰমৰ ইউটিউব চেনেল MB ষ্টাডি স্পেচলৈ স্বাগতম। আজি তোমালোকৰ ৰিস্টাৰ্ট বেচৰ প্ৰথম ক্লাছ। আজি আমি ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিম ইংলিছৰ প্ৰথম চেপ্টাৰ দ্য লাষ্ট লেসন। আমি ইংলিছৰ প্ৰতিটো চেপ্টাৰৰ পৰা প্ৰায় 50টা মান কমন কোৱেশ্চন দিম আৰু তোমালোক সেইকেইটাই পঢ়িবা আৰু বাকি চাব নালাগে। এইবিলাক 100% কমন আহিব। কাৰণ তোমালোকৰ হাতত আৰু বেছি সময় নাই। বেলেগ যি টি পঢ়ি টাইম লছ নকৰিবা আৰু যিবিলাক কোৱেশ্চন দিয়া হয় সেইবিলাক তোমালোক বহিত লিখিবা, লিখি পঢ়িবা, তেতিয়াহে মনত থাকিব। ফাৰ্ষ্ট কোৱেশ্চন, হু ইজ দ্য অথৰ অফ দ্য লাষ্ট লেসন? এই কোৱেশ্চন 2023 চনত আহিছে। The author of the last lesson is Alphonse Daudet. Next question, what was Franz in great dread of? Franz in great dread of scolding from his teacher Hamel. Great dread of means আটাইতকৈ ডাঙৰ ভয়। ফ্ৰান্সৰ আটাইতকৈ ডাঙৰ ভয় কি আছিল? What did Franz think for a moment? For a moment, Franz thought of running away from his class that day and spending the day out of the doors. ফ্ৰান্সে এটা সময়ৰ বাবে ভাবিছিল যে ক্লাছৰ পৰা পলাব আৰু ঘৰৰ বাহিৰত এই দিনটো কটাব। Next question, what is the name of the blacksmith in the last lesson? The name of the blacksmith in the last lesson is what, sir? What did Franz notice that was unusual about the school that day? Itu question এনেকুৱা আহিব পাৰে বা what was the commotion that Franz anticipated in the classroom? এনেকৈ দুইবাৰ আহিছিল 2013 আৰু 17। এনসাৰটো চাই লোৱা। Franz noticed that there was no great bustle that could be heard out in the street. The opening and closing of desk, lessons repeated in unison, very loud, and the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table, etc. The day was quite as Sunday morning. সেইদিনা Sunday morningৰ নিচিনা শান্ত আছিল সেই দিনটো। Next question, how long did Hamel teach in his school? 2022 চনত আহিছে এইটো। Hamel taught for 40 years in his school. Next question, what is the river mentioned in the last lesson? The river mentioned in the last lesson is Sar, spelling to Sava, Sar. Next question, what was Franz expected to be prepared with for school that day? That day Franz was expected to be prepared with the lesson of rules governing the uses of participles. His teacher Hamel had announced that he would question the students on this topic, but Franz was failed to learn his lesson and he feared punishment. Next question, এই কোৱেশ্চনটো 2015 আৰু 2019 চনত আহিছিল। What did Hamel write at the end of class? At the end of class, Hamel wrote "Vive la France" on the blackboard to show his profound love for his motherland, which stands long live France. এই কোৱেশ্চনটো এনেকুৱা কৰিও আহিব পাৰে যে what is the meaning of Vive la France? এইটো এক নম্বৰত আহিব পাৰে, তেতিয়া long live France লিখিলে হৈ যাব। Next question, what did Hamel want to give his students before going away? Hamel wanted to give his students everything he knew before going away. Next question, why did little Franz blush? Blush means last boy. Little Franz blushed because he was late to school. Next question, what did Hamel do when he wanted to go fishing? যেতিয়া Hamel মাছ মাৰিবলৈ গৈছিল তেতিয়া কি কৰিছিল? When Hamel wanted to go fishing, he gave his students a holiday. তাই স্টুডেন্টবোৰক বন্ধ দিছিল. Next question. How did Hamel wish to honor his last lesson? Answer. Hamel wished to honor his last lesson by putting his finest clothes. Next question. What is a fish hook? Fish hook key. A fish hook is a kind of tool with the help of a fish could be caught. Fish hook মানে কল, এই বরফিত যে লগায় কল. Next question. What is Angelus? Angelus is a midday prayer sung by Catholic. Angelus is a midday prayer. Next question. I started for school very late that morning. Who is the I here? Here I refers to little Franz. Next question. What was written in the new copies brought by Hamel for the students in a beautiful round hand? Answer to Swa. The words Franz Alsace were written on them in a beautiful round hand. Next question. What is the great trouble with Alsace? Alsaceৰ কাৰণে আটাইতকৈ ডাঙৰ ভয়টো কি আছিল, সমস্যাটো কি আছিল? According to Hamel, the great trouble with Alsace was that the people of Alsace put off learning until tomorrow. This meant that they did not complete their work when it was due, and instead postponed it until later. Next question. What had been put up on the bulletin board? On the bulletin board, there was a order from Berlin had been put up. It said that only German language would be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. For the last 2 years, all the bad news are displayed on the bulletin board of the town hall, such as the news of lost battle, the draft, and the orders of commanding officers. Next question. What was the implication of the blacksmith's remark? How did Hamel respond to his remark? The blacksmith's remark to tell Franz that he should not run over to get school in time to attend the last lesson. Franz responded to it by thinking that the blacksmith was trying to make fun of him, ignored the blacksmith and run off to school. Next question. Why was village elders come to school on the day of the last lesson? On the last lesson, the village elders were present in Hamel's class because that particular class was the last class of the French language. So they were very much sorry that they had not gone to school earlier. The village people gathered in the classroom to show their thankfulness to Hamel for rendering 40 years of service. Next question. What changes did the order from Berlin cause in the school that day? The order from Berlin caused a great silence in the school that day. All were very upset. The village elder people were also present. It was their last lesson on their own language. Hamel was in his special beautiful dress. Next question. Why did Hamel not blame Franz alone for his inability to learn? Hamel did not blame Franz alone for his inability to learn because Franz's parents and Hamel himself were equally responsible in this matter. Parents preferred him to work on a farm or at the mills to earn money. Hamel also blamed himself because he often gave his students a holiday or asked to water in his flowers whenever he wanted to go for fishing. Next question. What are Hamel's views about the Franz language? এইটো বহুত ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয়, এইটো এইবাৰো আহিব পাৰে, 2012 চনত আহিছে আৰু 13 চনত আহিছে। According to Hamel, the French language was the most beautiful, clearest, and logical language in the world, and the French people should keep it alive among themselves to get back their own freedom. Thank you class to গোটেই attend কৰাৰ কাৰণে। তোমালোক এইবোৰ নোটছ বনাবা আৰু ৰিভাইজ কৰিবা ৰেগুলাৰলি, তেতিয়াহে সাকসেস পাবা। এটা লাইন আছে, সাকসেস স্টার্টস when you decide to restart. সাকসেস তেতিয়াই স্টার্ট হয় যেতিয়া তুমি রিস্টার্ট কৰাৰ কথা ভাবা, তেতিয়াহ'লে রিস্টার্ট কৰা আৰু লাগি পৰা। আৰু এটা কথা ক'ব বিচাৰিম, যদি তোমালোক এই সেশনবিলাকৰ পৰা অলপ উপকৃত হোৱা, এটা সাবস্ক্রাইব, লাইক আৰু এটা ভাল কমেন্টস কৰি যাবা। থ্যাংক ইউ, কিপ ওয়াচিং, বাই বাই।